Hey guys, what's up? I hope that you're doing fine. Welcome again to an English course, but this time it's online. Today we're going to talk about conditional. So some of you have got the notion of conditional, okay? So here is the outline of the lesson. First, we're going to see what is conditional. We're going to come up with a definition. We're going to learn when to use it. I mean the situation where we can apply and implement the conditional type 3. We're going to see the structure, the rules. Again, we're going to have some examples for further explanations and more clarifications. Finally, we're going to go to a practice phase, some exercises. Here we go. So what is a conditional? Conditional is the idea that something depends on something else to happen. To get a certain result, you need a condition or a requirement. Types. How many types of conditional are there in English? And how many types do you know, guys? So basically there are 4 types. 0, 1, 2, 3 and the mixed. But we're going to concentrate on type 3 because this is our main concern. So let's forget about conditional type 1 and 0 and 2. Now, when do you use it? Or when do we use conditional type 3? So basically we use it when we talk about regret. So something that happened in the past and you regret it. You wish it didn't happen. Let's take an example. If I had money at that time, I would have spent it on my health. It means that you didn't have money and you wish you had it, or you could spend it on your health. Sometimes we use it when we talk about an impossible situation or something that you imagine in the past, something that didn't happen or it could not happen. Or I could have helped him if I had had enough money. So it means that you didn't have enough money. So it was impossible for you to have that amount of money. The rule. Now how can we form the conditional type 3? In fact, we have if plus past perfect plus another subject plus would or could plus have plus past participle. So this form or this rule seems very long, but we are going to get it easy with practice and with more demonstrations, guys. So don't worry, don't panic, the teacher is here. So for the past perfect you need had plus past participle. This is for the affirmative form, and for the negative you just need to add not. And sometimes you have would not or could not for the negative form. If plus past perfect plus subject plus would have plus past participle. So the first part, it is called the if clause, and the second part is called the main clause. So here is a question for you guys. What is the difference between the main clause and the if clause? Some of you have the answer. So the if clause, it needs something to be completed. It doesn't make a sense. It doesn't have a meaning, okay? And the main clause has got a meaning. It makes a sense, okay? Let's take an example. If I had had enough money, I would have bought a new car. So I would have bought a new car is the main clause, okay? But if you say if I had had enough money, that is the if clause, and you stop, it means that the meaning is not complete, it's not clear, okay? So you need something else. So don't panic, we're going to see these things in details. So let's have some examples. If you had revised well, you would have succeeded. So this sentence is consisted of 2 parts. The first part, that is the if clause, and the second part, that is the main clause. We have a subject, we have if, a subject plus verb in the past perfect. We need another subject plus would plus have plus past participle. Another sentence is that if she had not been late, she wouldn't have missed the bus. If Peter had come early, he could have found us. Some people could have been protected from coronavirus if they had dealt seriously with the issue at the very beginning. So this is kind of regret, guys. I'm going to give you some hints, okay? So you need to pay attention to this one, guys. So if there is a sentence affirmative, we change it to a negative one. But if it is negative, we change it to affirmative, okay? Another thing that you need to pay attention to is that when you have because, it is usually followed by a cause sentence. It means that if you find because, okay, what comes after is the sentence that you are going to attach with if clause, okay? We're going to see this in some examples. And if you have so, that's why, therefore, these are usually followed by a result sentence. It means the opposite. So we have an example here. Samira didn't attend school because she lived in a rural area. So here, guys, what do you think the cause sentence and which one is the result sentence? Of course, guys. So the cause sentence, it's the next one, and we're going to implement it. So we say, if Samira had not lived in a rural area, she would have attended school. Why, guys? Because the second part, that is, she lived in a rural area, is the sentence that we need to put after if, okay? And we're going to implement the rule, that is subject plus had plus past participle, okay? And the next one is the main clause, that is the sentence or subject plus would plus have plus past participle. Alright, guys, now let's go to practice. Exercise number 1, you need to match 1, 2, 3, 4 with A, B, C, and D. You can make a pause to the video and you do the exercise. Alright, guys, so let's go for correction. Sentence number 1, if I had revised my lessons, I would have passed the test. Number 2, if my car had not been broken down, I would have arrived on time. Number 3, Amal could have won if she had worked hard. And the last one, if they had slept enough, they wouldn't have got tired. Let's go to practice number 2. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verbs between brackets. So here what you have to do is to put the first part in the past perfect, and the second part you need to put would or could plus have, that is necessary, and the past participle of the main verb. Again, you can make a pause to the video so that you can do the exercise, and we're going to do the correction later on. So let's correct it together, guys. If I had woken up or had waked up, so both options are correct. So here, if you notice that we need to put had, that is the part of the rule, okay? And we need to put the past participle of the verb wake up, that is woken up or waked up. So both are correct. The second one, I would not have been. So would plus have plus past participle. Of course, we need not because it is in the sentence, and the past participle of the verb be, been. Number 2, or the next one, if my husband had cooked, he would have burnt the food. Number 3, if Julie had not or had, she would have got or gotten sunstroke. Next one, children would have been healthy if they had not eaten. So here guys, we have if in the middle. So if, it is usually attached with past perfect, and what comes before is would, subject plus would plus have plus past participle. And now let's go to exercise number 3. Rewrite the sentences as suggested. I did not attend the meeting, I was busy. Again, you can make a pause and do the exercise. Let's go for correction, guys. Alright, number 1. I did not attend the meeting, I was busy. So where is the cause sentence, guys, here? The cause sentence is number 2. I was busy. So we are going to start with this one. I was busy. Okay? So we are going to have, if I had not been busy, I would have attended the meeting. So if you notice that I was busy is in the affirmative form, so we're going to change it to a negative form. So we need had, then we put not, because this one is affirmative, we need to make it a negative. Okay? And the next one, or the one that we have earlier, I did not attend the meeting. So this one is a negative, so we should put it is in the affirmative form. We say I would have attended the meeting. Okay? Number 2, I took the taxi because I was in a hurry. So which one is the cause and which one is the result? Of course, the cause is I was in a hurry, because we have because before and we said these things earlier. So is this one affirmative or negative? Of course it is affirmative. So what we are going to do is to make it into a negative form. So we are going to have if I had not. So this is a negative form. So being, because the past participle of the verb was is being. In a hurry, I would have or would not have, because I took the taxi is affirmative. We need to put it in the negative form. We need to change it, to make it change. We said that earlier. If there is a sentence in the affirmative, we change it to negative. If it is the negative, we change it to the affirmative form. I would not have taken the taxi. Taken is the past participle of the verb took. Number 3, Marian arrived late at work, so the boss fired her. So guys, which one is the cause and which one is the result? Well, I said that if you need, or if you have so or therefore, or sometimes you have thus. Okay, so the first sentence is the cause and the second sentence is the result. Okay, so the cause sentence is the one that is attached with if. Okay, so if now we have Mariam arrived late at work, is this sentence affirmative or negative? Of course it is affirmative, so we needed to put it in a negative form. So if Mariam had not arrived late to work, the boss would not have fired her. Okay, the second one is the boss fired her. It's affirmative, we need to include not. Okay, next one, the football players didn't win the match because they didn't prepare themselves enough. So which one is the affirmative, which one is the cause, and which one is the result? Basically the result is the first one, and the cause is the next one because we have because. Okay, so but if you notice here we have if in the middle. Okay, so we're going to start with the main clause, okay, or part 2, that is a subject plus would or could have plus past participle, and we're going to take the football player didn't win the match because this is the result. We're going to start with the result, then if, then the cause sentence. So the result sentence, that is the football player didn't win the match. This one, is it affirmative or negative? We have didn't, which means it is a negative. We need to put it in the affirmative form. So the football player didn't win the match. We said this is a negative form. Okay, we are going to implement the rule. So it will be the football player could have won the match or would have won the match if they had prepared themselves enough, because we have they didn't prepare, so it's a negative. We need to change it to affirmative, had prepared. Okay, that's it for guys. This is the end, and thanks for watching.